pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, next is the RSVP presentation.
Good evening, council members and staff. My name is Jennifer Wooker, and I'm the program director for our local RSVP program. I'm here today to just share some information with you about our program and services that impact your residents, your older adult residents here in Waite Park, as well as our human service organizations in Waite Park. Shauna is helping me pass out our annual report, hot off the press. And what I'd like to do is just tell you a little bit more about our program. Are you hearing an echo? Yeah. Okay, so I'm just gonna back up here. And then holler if you can't hear me. Okay, so our program is, has been around the St. Cloud region since 1973. The city of St. Cloud is our sponsor, but Waite Park has been a strong partner of this program for many, many years. Our mission is to engage older adults in volunteer service, as well as to connect individuals to organizations in our area that need and utilize volunteers. We are a program, a federally granted program through AmeriCorps Seniors, and are here to foster purpose, build connections, and help individuals after retirement stay engaged. The cities and counties in our region have really been some of our strongest supporters, so I am excited to share with you, our leaders of Waite Park, today a little bit more information about this program. Just a few statistics that I want to share. According to the Central Minnesota Council on Aging, put out a profile on older adults in our region, and they, in that profile, it anticipates a 26% increase in our senior population from now until 2040. Along with that, a staggering increase of a 56% rise in population of adults age 55 and over. Again, that's a 56% rise. Also, the CDC reports an alarming 1/4 of our older adults age 65 and over are socially isolated, and that loneliness and social isolation are linked to serious health conditions, including risk of premature death and depression, and a long list of health issues that come along with loneliness and isolation. So as our region faces this demographic shift that we all need to be thinking about, RSVP will continue to play an important role as we meet the needs of our growing population, with avenues to get older adults involved in our community and making those connections. We can move to the next slide, please. Currently, we support 1,180 active volunteers. Again, those are individuals that are age 55 and over. These are our local volunteers jumping up in the air. They are so excited that they get to be a part of this program and give back to the community. Our volunteers tell us time and time again that they get involved to give back and find purpose, but they get so much more out of it than they ever imagined. We are, you see our service hours there, over 131,000 hours, and then we partner with nonprofit licensed healthcare and government entities, and specifically 162 of them in our region. So we cover Stearns, Benton, Sherburne, and Wright counties. That's our service area. We see and hear day after day that spending time in service goes far beyond meeting those critical community needs. Research confirms that being of service produces the single most reliable increase in our very own well-being. That's pretty cool. According to the Mayo Clinic, adults age 60 and over who engage in volunteering experience better health compared to their non-volunteers. You'll also see some survey statistics. So every year we do a volunteer impact survey. We had 472 of our surveys returned by our local volunteers. That's a 40% survey completion rate. So we were excited about that. You'll see 100% of them agreed that volunteering helps them feel socially connected to community. 99% experience a stronger sense of purpose, and 98% said that volunteering has positively impacted their overall health, both mentally and physically. I have a couple, there's a lot of comments in our survey that I'd love to share all of them with you. Someone specifically said, one of my biggest blessings in my life is being a part of this program. I can enjoy being busy without feeling like I'm actually working. Another person said, RSVP saved my mental health at a time when I moved into this area and didn't know anyone. And the last one I want to share, simple but true, RSVP opened my world. Without further ado, I have a special guest with us today, Waite Park resident Al Barth, who has been a longtime volunteer with our program, and he's going to say a few words before we finish our presentation here.
Yes, thanks for having us tonight. Yeah, my name is Al Barth, and about 14 years ago, our kids were all gone from the house, and we were retired, so we moved us to Waite Park, and right across the street from Vic. I mean, what a deal. But, and then it was about that, I think we've been with RSVP for about 15 years or more as volunteers, and I don't remember exactly who got us into it, but somebody said you should look at this program. And we have just thoroughly enjoyed a chance to be a volunteer. And as Jennifer said, we get so much out of it, and we know how much the people we're volunteering with get out of it as well. My own main interest, of course, is, and when you sign up for RSVP, they have a list, that, and you can pick your interest areas. Where would you like to volunteer? What would you like to do? And of course, as a retired elementary teacher, a lot of my volunteer hours are in the schools, and I really enjoy that. And I love when special events come around, because then you just sign up and you go there and you do things and you learn about it. I am proud to be the Waite Park representative on the local advisory board for RSVP. I represent you and the rest of the community, brag about you, and try to do my best to say, yes, I'm glad where I am. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Yes, thank you for doing that.
It's always a bonus when we get to have volunteers join us for these presentations. Thank you for your time and your service, Al. If we could just go to the next slide, I just wanted to highlight some of the areas that we really hone in on. So you'll see a large number of our service hours we put in, we call capacity building. So that's where our volunteers are really putting in thousands of hours helping our local human service organizations build their capacity, do more, and really help enhance those efforts. The other really main focus area that we we focus a lot of our attention on is within food security. We partner with 21 of our food shelves in our region, as well as meal delivery programs and other nutrition initiatives. And so you'll see a lot of hours within helping to feed our hungry community members. And then finally, K-12 education. Al Barth, front and center in that picture, is a part of a reading program that we have in the schools. They read to thousands and thousands of kids each year, helping to encourage reading. And it's all amazing work. But just wanted to highlight some of those priority areas. Now I'm going to just turn it over to our program coordinator, Tana Quinby. She's going to share more with you about what's happening for Waite Park residents.
Hi, thank you for inviting us today. I wanted to kind of put a face on this. Is anybody on our council currently retired? Okay, so the rest of us, we're gonna put ourselves in that mindset. We're gonna be thinking about how great retirement is, how wonderful it'll be to spend time with our friends and family doing all the things we love. But I'm here to tell you, every single day, I talk with folks who aren't having that ideal experience. When you think about it, How many of your social connections or how much of your social time is spent at work? A lot of it. A lot of people, when they retire, they don't have social connections and they're looking for ways to fill their days. And RSVP is here to help them do that. Maybe you're lucky enough to have a partner and you've spent your whole life thinking about how you're going to retire and grow old and rock on the porch with that person. But if that person passes and you're by yourself and you've spent a lot of your time taking care of them because they were sick, and all of a sudden you don't have that person to grow old on the porch with, RSVP is here to help. Volunteers come to us and we can find different ways to fill their days, to explore different things that they had never even considered before. The other thing is the sense of purpose. You know, so much of our life we were raising families, building our career, doing all kinds of things. And when the kids are out of the house and you're no longer needed at work, and then you've got all of your spices alphabetized, my own personal retirement goal, what's left? I have volunteers who come in every day that are frustrated because they have no purpose. Here they are at this time in their life when they have all the time to spend doing whatever they want and all the experience to do what needs to be done. And they're coming in without a sense of purpose. And that's why RSVP is here. That's the cool thing about our program. They help and we can help them help more. I don't know if that's the best statement, but I think you get my point. Today we have 62 Waite Park seniors who are involved in RSVP. They gave over 9,000 hours in this area, saving our region about $300,000. Additionally, just for the city of Waite Park, we have 65 volunteers who served. Can anybody guess what we served in as the favorite? The Ledge. The Ledge is our number one. We recruit people. In fact, I already have 12 people on the Ledge waiting list for next year. I reached out today and said, if by chance you're a little short, let me know. So we serve at the Ledge. We also, in the senior center in this building, we assist with that. And then we have a fair number of volunteers we support that are part of that Flowers for Waite Park program. And so that is an in-kind that would have cost the city about $60,000 if you had to hire somebody to do those things. So as has been previously mentioned, we're open to everybody 55 plus. We serve retired teachers, medical professionals, business owners, a truck driver, and even more. We're able to help seniors craft volunteer lifestyle that infuse them by building relationships with the human service organizations that are making a difference, including the city of Waite Park. I wonder if I just put that back a little farther. Can you still hear me?
Yes.
We take time to talk with every volunteer. So they complete an application and then they come in and we talk with them. Where have you been? What have you done? And what do you want to do next? And isn't it fun to think about opening up the opportunities and retiring into something instead of just retiring? We let volunteers know about the needs and then we assist them with getting involved. Not everybody feels comfortable filling out online applications, but I can help with that. Sometimes you just don't know what the needs are, but I can call and say, hey, this person's willing to share this. Do you have a need to fill that? So we support the volunteers with transportation reimbursement. We can help get them to and from their volunteer job so it doesn't have to cost them out of pocket. Even if they take public transportation or the dial-a-ride system, we can help with that. We also provide additional training, recognition, and then we have a supplemental insurance policy so they can volunteer with wild abandon. They don't have to worry, we've got their back. So I'm gonna go, those are just a little bit about what's happening with volunteering in Waite Park. Thank you.
Thank you.
Finally, on the last slide, and I know we are going to wrap this up here, and you've got a copy of this information in that annual report, which can also be found on our website through the City of St. Cloud Aging Services Department. You'll see a list of all of our funders, and our funding goes to support our staff to help engage older adults in volunteer service, as well as those direct volunteer supports that Tana had mentioned with the transportation reimbursement, recognition, insurance, as well as that personalized individual experience for anyone who wants to get involved. We're especially grateful to the City of Waite Park for this long-term partnership, and then as there are new leaders in this city, just welcome any ideas that you might have to further engage older adults in responding to your community's needs. On the last slide, I just have questions and answers. I'm not sure if anyone has any questions or comments. I'd be happy to take those at that time.
Having had the opportunity to serve on the board, I just want to thank both of you because you guys do a fantastic job of taking care of a lot of needs in this area, and we really, really appreciate all of your efforts. Thank you.
Thank you. Great.
Thank you.
All right. Well, we really appreciate your time tonight, and thanks again.
Thanks.
All right, then we'll move on. Is there anybody here for public input? Public input? Anybody for public input? Okay, and then we'll move on, review and approve council agenda.
Move to approve as presented.
Second?
We got a motion and a second to approve the agenda as written. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right. Then we move on to the consent agenda, and A is approve the 2025 street improvements, construction administration, and B, approve the ledge trench drain repair.
Move to approve.
I'd like to pull E, just for a quick question to Dave.
Okay, do we have somebody that'll make a motion on B?
Yes, I'll move.
Second.
Okay, we got a motion and a second to approve item B. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, then A.
Dave, I just have a quick question for you. When I was reading the contract, I noticed that one of the hourly rates for the project is $132,000 per hour.
No, that's the total estimated cost for the project.
Okay, well, here it says per hour. The fee is hourly estimated to be $132,000.
So what that means is we're gonna bill you hourly up to $132,000, which we won't get to, but that's what the math says it could be.
Kind of scared me, thank you. Make a
That's a
motion,
heck of a rate.
make a motion to move item E.
All right, do we have a second?
Second?
We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Regular county agenda is the RSVP presentation. Not just did that, okay. And then from there, then we need to move on to approve the bills.
Move to pay the bills.
I'll second that.
We have a motion and a second to pay the bills. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right. Then we're going to do a proclamation. And it's recognizing Rick Miller. Whereas April is National Volunteer Month in a time dedicated to recognizing and celebrating the contributions of volunteers. It is an opportunity to encourage more people to get involved in their community and serves as a reminder that even small acts of kindness can create a positive impact on the community. Whereas recognize Mayor Miller's commitment and dedication to the city of Waite Park during the month of April seems very fitting given his longstanding service to his community, where he dedicated over 3 decades to the betterment of the city of Waite Park and the state of Minnesota. And whereas Mayor Miller served the Citizens Way Park as a member of City Council from 1986 to 1985, before being elected mayor from 1996 to 2001, and later returning as mayor once again as a write-in candidate in 2007, and continuing that role through 2024. Whereas throughout his tenure, Mayor Miller has been unwavering advocate for the community with a remarkable track record of leadership and collaboration, not only within Way Park, but across the region, state, and national levels. And whereas his distinguished career extends beyond city council, including service in the U.S. Navy from 1969 to 1981, a decade-long commitment as a police reserve and rescue squad member, an active participant in local organizations such as the Way Park Little League, Way Park Kids Fishing Tournament, and the Way Park Lions Club. Whereas Mayor Miller's visionary leadership has been instrumental in major infrastructure and community development projects, including the creation of Rivers Edge Park as a premier baseball facility, the construction of a new public works facility, the Ledge Amphitheater, and securing legislative support for crucial initiatives such as the public safety sales tax to fund the essentials of public facilities. And whereas Mayor Miller's commitment to the municipal leadership is refined in his longstanding participation in regional and state organizations, including the League of Minnesotas and the Coalition of Greater Minnesota Cities, where he has consistently advocated for the interests of small cities and their residents. And whereas his efforts to support the welfare of Way Park's employees, advocating for competitive compensation and benefit packages, along with his consistent focus on creating thriving municipal workforce, and underscore his dedication to fostering a positive work environment for city staff and supporting the growth of the community at large. And whereas Rick Miller's leadership, vision, and dedication to public service have left a profound and lasting impact on the city of Way Park, and that the broader state of Minnesota advancing the values of civic responsibility, collaboration, and progress in. Now, therefore, it be resolved, I, Mayor Ken Schmidt, proclaim that April 21st is Mayor Rick Miller Day, recognize his contributions to public service, his leadership, and commitment to improving the lives of the citizens he served. So.
So this is for you, from myself and the department heads, for all of your years of service for the city.
All right, thank you.
You're very welcome. Thank you.
Whoever wrote that was too long, Ken.
Not me,
I know.
because you know what I would have done.
You might have gotten a little long-winded.
All right, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
All right, before we adjourn, I do have a thank you letter from Terabith Refuge for our donation from the gambling fund. And otherwise, Shauna?
We will be recognizing our volunteers tomorrow for all of those for the city at the Ledge from 4:30 to 6:30.
All right, thank you. Dave?
Oh, one other thing. City offices will be closed May 1st and 2nd as we move from City Hall to Public Works. And this is officially our last night in this council chambers.
Proclamation for that? No, that's
Maybe
all
we
right.
should take a picture.
Okay. All right, Carla, do you have anything? Adri? Bill? Dave?
No, sir.
No? John?
No, sir.
Chief?
No, sir.
Chief? All right, then I need a motion to adjourn.
So moved. Second.
All right, we have a motion and second to adjourn at 6:54. All in favor?
Aye.
All right, we're adjourned.